So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Republic of Motorsport. This is the season opener, and this is Albert Park. This is the Australian Grand Prix, also known as the Oz Grand Prix, and very much looking forward to the opening round of the season. Just me a minute whilst I share the stream out to everyone. So, good conditions it looks like here for the opening round of qualification. If you are in the Grand Prix, do let me know in the chats what we are going to get in store for the weekend. Be good to hear from you. We're going to see who's going to come out of the box first. See a Red Bull coming out of pit lane. And also Pink Panther, the Pink Merc, and it's Stubbsy. The first out on track. So we've got a short qualifying format here, which means we've got an 18-minute session, and you've got to get your times in within that 18-minute session. So, you know, we could see a few drivers opt in for the medium tyre. It's not normally the favoured method. We do expect safety cars around this circuit. We've currently got 15 runners, and we expect a couple of the boys to join us during the qualification phase. And we've got just over 16 minutes to do so. Yeah, so tyre life is pretty much critical around here, especially on this soft compounded tyre in that opening phase of the Grand Prix. We are doing a 50% championship, or 50% distance, shall I say. So, yeah, tyres are crucial. You can do a one-stop around here, the soft onto the hard, but you would like the aid of a safety car in order to do so. You could also go for the two-stop strategy, go soft, soft, medium, or you could go soft, medium, medium, which is like the extreme conservative kind of approach to the Grand Prix. As we've seen today in the Grand Prix, tyre wear is an issue around some of the higher speed circuits. This one not so much so. This one's a bit more of a point and squirt kind of situation. There we go, Stubbsy is winding it up as he comes onto the main straight. We've got ERS in hot lap mode. We shoot down into its turn one. A pretty tough apex to spot here. Kiss as much as possible, taking a bit too much out the exit there, but carrying good speed through the apex there of Stubbsy. We'll just be looking for a banker lap early on, just to get a time on the board. Very nice little curves there, using all available space on the apex there. Hugging the apex like it was his grandma. Nice and close. Here we go. Probably one of the trickiest sequence of corners around here. It's a very nice line there for Stubbsy. Very smooth. It's nailed sectors 2 and 3 so far. Slight hesitation on the exit curb there. Manages to compose himself. He's going to come around the final corner and up to the line. And what is Stubbsy going to kick us off with? He's going to kick us off with a 1 minute 19.753. A very decent lap there for ABR Stubbsy. That is a great banker lap. I think he'll. I think there's a time in the bag after that sector 1. Then we've got Ioaks. He just crossed the line with a 21.9 on the medium compound, to note. Then we're going to call him, ZZ? ZZ with a 22.4. Stato. It's popped up with a 1 minute 21.2. Rooney is the next best challenger at the minute, but he's some way off Stubbsy's time, and he's done a 1 minute 20.5, but a decent banker to get in early on. Westerns as well. He's produced a 1 minute 20.5. Very tight margins there to Rooney. Expect to see the boys do about 3 stints potentially in this qualification here. Got enough time to do it. As we can see, Aki, I'll call him AMG, on the medium compound has invalidated potentially an outlap by the look of things. Just winding it up. We're going to ride on board. Oh, we're not. Going in the pit lane. We've got an Alfa Romeo though of Ludlow, looking to get a lap in. I'm just trying to host here. I'm trying to host onto the ROM channel. Having a bit of a struggle with setting that up. So if you do know how to do so, please let me know. Or if you do have the login, chaps, please feel free to post HSA_F1 on the ROM channel, as this is where the content will be coming from for you. So Ludlow does a 1 minute 20.9, 1:20.9. Puts him 5th fastest so far. We've got RSF1 Shane out on their medium tyres. Not pushing at the minute though. Who else is pushing? We've got Dunsworth. He's produced a 1 minute 21.6. Just going to head back into the pits. On the soft compound, yeah, you just want to do the 1 flying lap. The mediums you can get away with doing 2, but you need to have your ERS and fuel management in the right place to do both of those. Then we've got Shrimping out. He's just winding one up. Quite a bit of the exit curve there. This will be a good overtaking opportunity down into this corner. 2 wide doesn't really go, so it always gets a squeeze on. You don't want to be on the outside, putting into that braking zone. This corner can really catch you out. Get a bit too much angle on there. We can throw you into the barrier, but we've got purple sector 1. Showing that there's time in sector 1 from the pole lap. Sectors 2 and 3, I do believe are going to be hard to beat though. Sector 2 Stubbs, he looked pretty solid. He looked on rails in the pink mud. Car just pulling to one side there. You just want to get this one in the bag at the minute. It'll give you more confidence once you get that first half decent time on the board. You can really attack the rest of the qualifying session. He's got a bit of a lock up there from Shrimper. It's going to cost him time, and he's going to scrub that one and come back into pit lane as we join Celtic Speed here. Slight issue with the audio there, so ride off board with Celtic Speed. Probably on that medium compound, which will be a bit slower, and as you can see, a bit of a drift going on there. Also got JF1 James. He's currently out on that softer compound, expecting to pop up the leaderboards. Now got Lawn, the other Merc, has popped up into P2. Just noticed that, sorry, Lawn, and that was a 1 minute 20.3. He's the closest competitor, and around she goes with Celtic Speed on the high speed chicane. And yeah, big moment there. Lucky to keep the car running. Didn't detach a wheel there. It's going to cost him. Also got James. He's aborted. I think he's invalidated his lap time. Celtic Speed has retired from the session. Had damage. That front left suspension has give up the go, and he will be starting right at the back of the field. Disappointing to see that, but this track does bite you, and when it does bite you, you normally end up in the barrier. We've got Aki currently pushing on a lap. Got our current pole sitter Stubbsy. He's just started a flying lap. As Rooney, I do believe, Westerns as well, so we'll look to see if they improve. Slow moving car ahead of us, he wants to move out the way, and yeah, that is going to be a penalty of some sort. RSF1 not looking Or couldn't see in his mirrors. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, that's cost Aki, and yeah, that will go to the stewards. Who we got out on a push lap at the minute. Looks like Rooney's pushing hard. And a lovely new liveried Merc, and we've got RS Toto Wolf. We've got Toto in the house, boys. Toto is along for the ride. And yes, Westerns pops up with a 1 minute 20 dead. Very decent lap time from Westerns. And Rooney up to the line. It's a 1:20.3. Again, a very good lap, but Stubbsy just in another postcode at the minute. Who else can we catch up with? Looks like we got a ZZ. He's on a push lap in the Scarlet Ferrari. Looks a real handful this year, does the Ferrari, in actual F1 calendar. Remember, all these cars are set to equal, so everyone's got an equal opportunity. Run out of deployment very soon. 8.65%. It's going to cost him towards the end of the lap. Should get a bit of a recharge here under heavy brakes. If you're new to F1, the ERS management system is an energy recovery system, and it's whereby you convert your kinetic energy. So for the form of braking, when we're scrubbing off all of that speed under brakes, energy is never lost, basically. It's always transferred in one form or another. So when you hit that brake pedal very hard, ZZ comes up to the line and stays 10th, I think. Yeah, so when you hit the brake pedal, it's converting all of that forward momentum into heat through the brakes. And what they're doing now is recovering up to 50% of all the energy that's expended from the actual engine itself into electrical charge, which they can then strap to the back of the motor and give it an extra boost, and more power than your family saloon as well to boot. So it is a considerable power advantage when it is running all up to speed. Shrimper has gone again. We need a smooth operation, Shrimper. Validated that one. It's not going to count. But let's catch up with James. Not giving him much camo time yet. He's currently pushing very hard on that medium compound. He wants to qualify on that. Comes around the final corner up to the line. 5 minutes remaining of the session, and James does a 1:21.8 on that medium compound of tyre. So can anyone challenge Stubbsy at this point? Looking like an arduous task. Let's catch back up with Aki. Favourite bits of track is this sector 3 here. You can really push, you use all of the curve, get the traction right. It's quite rewarding. Just come around the final corner, use the final bit of juice in the battery perfectly and up to the line. And for Aki on the softs, that's a 21.3. So Shaney, I'm not sure if there was any penalties dished out for that one earlier. Let's have a look at incidents. So we've got speeding in the pit lane. A few actually. Terminal damage, of course, for Celtic speed, but it doesn't look like any grid pens were administered for that incident that we saw earlier on. Hopefully it was just a glitch in my screen. So who's on the push that? I think Stato is on a push that. Stato. Need my glasses on. Yeah, Stato. 20. In the Scarlet Ferrari. Has invalidation. Good there, but we've got Oaks. The lovely looking Williams this year. One of the cleanest looking liveries on the grid, I'd have to say. I do like this one, the Alpha Tauri, and of course the Merc now, quite striking itself. Don't worry, his engine is not sick, it's just sometimes we do get a slight audio glitch for some of the cars. And it's a bit of gearbox, as you can see, it's always max in revs. He's not that harsh on the car, boys, don't worry. What is it going to be for Oaks? He's in the final sector. It looks like he's kicked it fairly clean, using a lot of the exit curb. Careful not to invalidate there. Can bite you as you come around the final corner. Very difficult to get on the power there. That tight angle. Pretty much a 90-degree turn. And here we go up to the line. And it's a 120.4. Fastest time so far for him. So currently in qualifying, we've got 1 minute and 30 remaining. Everyone's currently on an out lap, or is going to be winding up a quick one. And Westerns is the next challenger to Stubbsy. He's currently almost a quarter of a second off the pole lap time, and he's going to need something special in this final part. Of course, the track does come to you in the final parts of qualification. Track rubbers in, and it gets the quickest it has all weekend. So let's hope for a good lap here. He has backed out of that one. Let's catch back up with Stubbsy. He's going to push extra hard through sector 1. He's pushed too hard. And he knew there was time to be made in that first sector. And he was trying to get it. But he looks pretty good for the pole position. But now we've got Lawn here. Purple sector 1. As we kind of expect. Can he match Stubbsy through sectors 2 and 3? That's going to be the key now. Getting on that pole position spot, move himself up to the front row hopefully. I definitely think he's got the pace in the car. He's going to get a flood of lap times. We've got a few cars coming up to the line now. Looks like we've got a Williams, a Ferrari ahead of us, and an Alpha Tauri as well. So it looks like we've got a ZZ coming up to the line. Is he going to improve? Lawn rounds the final corner and he comes up to the line. He's going to improve. Oh, he stays on at 120.339. He's got the exact lap time as his teammate currently of Rooney, but Rooney's still out there on track and he can improve. Look at that lap time, boys. And then look, but just behind him, Ludlow, 20.377 as well. Small margins make all the difference, boys. And Rooney's up to the line. Can he push himself up to the front row? Yes, he can. A 1 minute 20 dead, and again, so close their margins to Westerns there. But Westerns is out on track, but I don't think he's going to improve. Ludlow's coming up to the line. And yeah, it's going to be all from him. Anyone else on the push lap? The Ferrari has invalidated. That looks like it's going to be your lot, folks. So Stubbsy is going to take pole position here around the opening round of the Republic of Motorsport season opener, and Rooney's going to start up alongside him in P2. Then we've got Westerns in P3. Lawn's going to start 4th. Then we've got Ludlow and Oaks, Shrimper and James, Dunsworth and Stato. We've got ZZ, K-Mag, Aki, Shaney, Yanni Jans, and IRL Celtic Speed. So who's your prediction? Do let us know if you're watching in the chats. And if you're in the Grand Prix as well, what is the weather forecast? I take it is going to be clear conditions based on the some of the strategies, tyre compounds used. But yeah, we'll just have a quick run through again. Stubbsy, Rooney, Weston's, Lawn, Ludlow, Oaks, Shrimper, James, Dunsworth, Stato, ZZ, K-Mag, Aki, Shaney, Yanni Jans, and Celtic Speed rounding out the order. Not quite sure if we had a few more latecomers to the session. I think we're going to have a few more on the grid, which will be good to see. And if you haven't already followed the channel, please, I would appreciate a follow, guys. You know, for helping out with the commentary. I'm on my push to affiliate, and I'm getting very, very close now. So I'd much appreciate any support you can give me. And I wish you all great luck in the Grand Prix. It's a very difficult one, especially remember we're gonna have full tanks of fuel, 50% fuel in the car. And it's going to be sloshing about. So we're going to have to be careful in that opening stint. Tyre deck is going to kick in very early on for them soft runners. And it looks a bit more moody. Track temp will be down slightly. And that might aid them ever so slightly as well. It's going to be difficult to get tyres up to temp if there is a safety car, etc. And you are on that harder compound. But yeah. Who's your pick for the win, boys? I think we're just going to have a short wait whilst we kick off the lobby. So don't adjust your sets. It's now up to 44 followers, boys. Just need another 6. I'm sure there's another 6 drivers that are not following the channel. So please do hit the follower button if you're watching back, if you're watching live as well. Do try to have the stream open during the Grand Prix because I need to boost my average viewers as well. That would be excellent. But yeah, really looking forward to the opening round here in Stubbsy. He looks like he is Hamilton at the minute in a different class, league of his own. But will he convert that into race pace? Let's see. So I'm just going to wait for the lobby host to give us the green light for the session. We normally have a few minutes break just so we can settle down after the qualifying session. Make sure everyone's in the lobby before we get racing. Yeah, very nice time in the comments here. Ludlow says a great lap from Stubbsy. Yanni Jans was quite mad. He had semi-decent pace, just didn't hook it up by the sounds of things. So Stubbsy actually thinking he could have gone quicker. I think the track conditions maybe a bit too hot even on the tyre temps. Let's see. Thank you for the recent follows for RSK Mag. Much appreciated, as well as Lawn 107. Welcome to the channel and thank you very much. Appreciate you riding along for us for this Grand Prix. If you just keep it open even, turn the audio down if you are racing. But yeah, I just need to boost the average viewers. Would be great. And I'm quite happy to commentate whenever I can for you boys because we've got some real talent in the field. It's going to be hard to look past Stubbsy for the win. We know Rooney is the reigning defending champion of the Republic of Motorsport, and he's going to be looking to match that again this season, but he's going to be really pushed all the way to the flag, as well by his teammate Lawn. Looks very tasty there. think we've got K-Mag a bit out of position. We know he's got some pace as well. Still quite new to the grid, so we're going to be learning as we go along. But yeah, let us know your predictions in the chat. So RSK Mag said, followed. Thank you very much for following, sir. Actually think you're the one to watch. You need a sidekick, though. I do need a sidekick, but it's pretty tricky to get someone in at short notice, especially over a weekend now, because lockdown's starting to end, etc. Everyone's enjoying the barbecues, the pubs are reopening again, we've got the football on, and yeah, it's just making it a bit more difficult to coordinate comms, etc. But I'm quite happy to be in here for this one, boys, for the season opener for the Republic of Motorsport. And yeah, it's going to be a good season. We're following the calendar format, of course, and we're going all the way through from Australia all the way down to Abu Dhabi. And yeah, got a good turnout today. This track can bite the best of us, and so we just need to be careful that we bring it to the flag. That's going to be very important for any opening Grand Prix, is that you come home, because if you come home around Australia, you're normally going to get points in the bag if you keep it semi-decent. Them tyres will start to go off, you know, from around lap 5, 6, if you're on that soft compound of tyre, and that's when the overlapping pace will start to kick in and take effect. So be interesting. Starting P11 is probably not going to be the worst thing in the world around here. Is maybe start on a fresh set of mediums, then you can look to do that one stop quite comfortably if you do move on to the hards. Of course, safety car will ruin your strategy every single time, and yeah, I've probably done 4 league races around Australia on the new game, and I've probably had about 3 safety cars in every Grand Prix. So you know, it doesn't mean that drivers are dirty or, you know, there's incidents, etc. It just, these curbs around here, especially through that high-speed complex, you know, going into Sector 3, it can really bite the best of people out, because if the car bottoms out, you know, tyres are starting to go, it can just lose the back end. So as we see, we've got the countdown timer now. Rooney has given us the green light for the session. 20-second warning, boys, 20 seconds. And the drivers will just be making the final tweaks. Of course, fuel load. If you're expecting a safety car, you might want to knock that down ever so slightly, because you're going to be saving under safety car. And also when you're going to box, you're going to go for the 2-stop. It's pretty good strategy around here. Going to be quick towards the end of the Grand Prix. But yeah, you're going to need the aid of a safety car ideally. So Stubbsy says, if you are unsure, it's a dry race, just very overcast in Albert Park. Thank you very much, Stubbsy, for that insight, and good luck today for you. So Stubbsy's got a full day of racing ahead of him. So he's going to be racing in the Republic of Motorsport. And then we've got 7:30, we've got ABR Tier 1 action. And that one is going to be fireworks, because the field is stacked, packed, full of talent, just like this one here. And as we can see, yeah, the 1-stop, you're looking to stop around lap 9, go on to the hards. If you're looking for the 2-stop, you're going to want that tyre advantage earlier on, so you can afford to stop maybe around lap 7, potentially lap 6 if you need to, or even with an early safety car. But yeah, very moody around Albert Park. A lot of cloud cover at the minute, so track temp won't be optimal. So we've got the formation lap here. This is crucial for the drivers. It gives them a chance to get the cars up to temperature. They have a very narrow operating window of, you know, just a certain temperature, etc. And that goes for everything on the car, from the brakes, the tyres, you know, the engine itself. All got to get them in the right operating window to really maximize performance from a car. Like, you know, if you've driven your hatchback on a hot day, it doesn't perform as well, but when you've got that cool, crisp air, it really flies along, and it's no different here in F1 racing. Of course, these cars have a 1.6 litre, yes, 1.6 litre, you know, turbocharged hybrid power units. So they do get extra performance from that MGUK, MGUH, and yeah, that just really pushes that 1.6 litre engine to the edge of yeah, conception. And here we go, Stubbsy's going to lead us round to take the grid. And we're all going to line up. We're going to have a few burnouts up to the line for that final bit of rear tyre temperature. And we've got a bit of a gap here. Stubbsy won't be too pleased about that. His tyres will cool off ever so slightly, waiting on the grid. So good luck to everyone. Let's have a good race, boys. So welcome along to the opening round of the Republic of Motorsport. This is the season opener. This is the Australian Grand Prix. This is Albert Park. Here we go. Lights out and away we go for the Australian Grand Prix, and it looks like a pretty decent start for most of the grid as we head down into turn 1. There's a bit of a snap on in the background there, but Stubbsy keeps it clean through turn 1. Just looking back through the order here, is everyone going to come through cleanly? There's a real pinch point as we head through turn 2. And as we come down the order here, it looks like no yellow flags, so very well done, boys. We've got the Mercedes here making moves. And that is Rooney retaking the position. Let's look further back. We've got Ludlow and Oaks trying to go the long way round. Ferrari's all over the back of him now as well. Oh, we got a big contact in the background. Big, major contact. Safety car deployed. Lap 1 of the Grand Prix. We've got Shaney, we've got ZZ. Who else involved in that one? It looked like Yanni Jans has got complete loss at the front wing there. Celtic speed as well. And it can happen. Catches you out time and time again. Heavy fuel loads. Opening lap. The tyres are not going to do. The car's not going to react as it just was in the qualifying session. You really need to get your mindset into that. So it's a saving grace though for anyone involved in that. The safety car has been deployed. They will have the opportunity to limp back around now, get back into the pit lane and strap on a fresh set of tyres. And as you can see, Yanni Jan's really struggling without a complete front nose missing at this point. So any of the leading bunch going to take the opportunity to dive into pit lane. We've got a dummy there. Rooney's done the opposite to the leader, and Rooney is in the box, as well as Weston's. Lorna stayed out. Of course, there would have been a double stack there. Shrimper will now take P3. Dunsworth has also opted to box, as well as Shaney, of course, ZZ. Everyone with damage, and the safety car just going to get picked up by Stubbsy here. So track position is a pretty crucial thing when it comes to Albert Park, and I think that's what Stubbs has opted for off the restart. He's going to look for that track position, although them tyres won't last too long. He's going to have a buffer at least with these 2 cars behind him. So the first person to stop is Rooney, and Rooney's currently down in position 9. Everyone else behind Stubbsy is yet to stop. Top 9 yet to stop. Let's just have a look at the tyre. So yeah, this is good for Stubbsy. He does have a bit of a buffer here, because first down to 7th, all on that soft compound. And then it's going to be a hard runner, Aki in P8. And then yeah, it's Rooney who will be challenging Stubbsy later in the Grand Prix when the strategies merge. As you can see, the 2 stop there, just indicated soft, medium is an option here. Going to have to do a bit of overtaking, I would say, on that strategy. Of course, all very dependent if we see this man in front of us once again in the safety car. I think we'll get our money's worth out of him. Like we said before the Grand Prix, it's not like these are bad drivers. These are very, very good drivers if you're joining us. It's just that Albert Park doesn't leave much room for manoeuvre. And then barriers, you can see how close they are. It's just as lethal as you know, Canada, for instance. So safety car is going to be out for another lap. Lights are still on. That's how we tell. The race control will communicate with the safety car driver, tell him when to come in, and then he will deactivate the lights at the top, and that gives Stubbsy the indication that he is now the safety car, which we should get hopefully on this next lap of the Grand Prix. Come across the line to start lap 3. All these laps do count under safety car, of course. His cars will be fueled, etc. Like we said, fuel as well. You probably would have wanted to take a bit of fuel out in anticipation of something like this. You don't want to be carrying more fuel than what is required, because for every kilogram of fuel it's going to cost you, you know, a few tenths of a second around Albert Park. You're going to have to accelerate that fuel, brake it. You're going to have to drag it around the corner. Yeah, so anyone on the harder, medium compounds, they're going to have a quite a difficult time, I'd say, warming up the tyres at this point. Track temp does look down on qualification, and most of the drivers will be running with quite low tyre pressures. Oh, we've got contact behind. What is going on here with the Alfa Romeo? Ludlow and High Oaks strangely gets the penalty. It looked like Ludlow back right off. Again, that will be one for the stewards. We don't have, of course, in-race decisions because we don't have a massive FIA steward centre, but that will be reviewed after the Grand Prix. Could hopefully have been some form of lag because we know these are good drivers and they have no malice involved. And we see Celtic speed as well. It's a penalty with Yanni Jans. Interestingly, it's Yanni Jans has probably gone into the back of him. Celtic speed has got the pen. Never mind, the safety car has got the message. He's going to come into the pits. You're going to have to be very careful not to catch the safety car before he's entered pit lane, otherwise the game will slow you down, and you could also get a penalty in real life situations. So as you can see, safety car a lot slower than us, even though we're in cruise control in third gear. Around the final corners, we're going to get back up to speed. Be careful not to cook up the rear tyres on traction here. And Lawn, oh, we have a big snap of oversteer there. It's allowed Lawn right back into it though, and he's going to get a nice toe going down into turn 1. And we've got a yellow flag. It looks like cars potentially gone around as we head down into turn 1. Aki looks to try and make a move on Stato, but it was a day late and a dollar short, as Brundle would say. And he's going to lose out another position, is he? We've got yellow flags on the whole course at the minute. And we've got a bit of a glitch, so no overtaking under yellow flags. It will be deemed as an illegal overtake. And it'll be interesting to see what happens as a result of that one there. And Rooney is down in 7th here, looking to get past these cars who haven't made a pit stop yet. Yeah, it's going to be a tough ask for him. He's going to have the tyre advantage, surely. But he's got nowhere to go at the minute. He's just going to have to really send it. Still yellow flags that he can't overtake. What is going on? Normally when you get a yellow flag in all sectors, it's normally a full safety car, VSC of some sort, so you've got 3 separate incidents, but it doesn't look like it on this occasion. And this is really going to harm Rooney at this point. So maybe it's a glitch on my part. We've still got drivers making up positions. So Stubbsy sits the fastest lap of the GP so far, the 1 minute 24. We come up to just starting lap 5 of the Grand Prix. Looks like Rooney wants to get past as soon as possible. Held up a bit now, and as you can see the Ferrari very slow on the apex there, had a moment. Rooney thankfully just backing out of it there. And look, it's a massive train forming now. Probably got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars involved in this one. And Aki's managed to find his way through. Dunsworth has retired from the session. We've lost Dunsworth. Where has that happened? Let's try and have a look on the track map. It's happened. Here he is. With Stricken, Renault. We've got a migration of the host. It looks like we have got a fault in the lobby. Looks like we're going to have to restart this one. Now the yellow flag is cleared. Now the yellow flags have cleared. It took the VSC to reset it by the look of it, but yeah, we're just going to stay here until the lobby host has finished. But Stubbsy, everyone else, if you're listening in, we're going to have a full lobby reset, So yeah, do retire the car, boys, retire the car. We're going to have to back out, restart, go again. We won't have to do qualifying, we do have the grid order. Shiny there. So that was probably intentional. So we're just going to leave the game here and we'll hop back into the new lobby. So we'll just be a minute, folks, whilst we reset the lobby. The lobby host, Rooney himself, is just going to have to go through and set the grid order based on, the order. I don't know what order he's going to base it on. Maybe on the order to start the Grand Prix. I don't know if we're going to go for a full restart. Potentially. Let's have a look. So if you're new to the channel, do give me a follow, boys. Would love that. I'm 44. I need 50 to reach my affiliate status. So we've got 12 drivers in. I think we've still got some driving around Albert Park as we speak. Don't say that, Stubbsy. You'll get another good start, champ. You've got the pace. Yeah, Stubbsy had no overtaking to do. That's why I said it will benefit Stubbsy. Stubbsy being in the lead of the Grand Prix will be like, great, no one can challenge me for the win. Hopefully yellow flags all the way home, baby. And yeah, no one can change position. Everyone will be locked in, basically. Yeah, I think the lobby host is going to have to individually invite them all and spam them before they get the message. Now, who are we missing? Let's just have a quick run through. They're all starting to drop in again now. It's good to see. If anyone was late to the party, they've got a lifeline by the look of it. So it shouldn't be too long, chaps. It looks like we've got most of the grid into the lobby now, and we'll just be setting, double checking that everyone's in the correct grid slots. Shrimper needs an invite. Yeah, maybe restart the game, Shrimper. Sometimes it won't let you back in. Oh, lovely, he is in the session. So we're going to have an interesting Grand Prix next weekend. So if events are going to repeat themselves around Silverstone, it's going to be in for a ding-dong, because we're going to go a step softer on the tyre compounds. So we saw it today on the one stop. Didn't really stretch that long. And yeah, with a step softer, it's definitely going to be a two-stop. So hopefully that will entice a bit more racing with the crossovers in terms of the strategies as well. As F1 is a big strategic game. So we're just waiting for the lobby host to kick us off, which is duly obliged, right on cue. Good timing, mate. Come on, share the stream, boys. Get your auntie in. Get your mates in. Get grandma in. Get them on the stream. Let's Let's get these numbers up for ROM, boy. Let's get more exposure for you. Because you're great drivers. Come on, share, share, share. Push that button. So, can all drivers please ready up? You've got the countdown now. 24 seconds. 24. So yeah, this is kind of a blessing for some of the other drivers who, you know, maybe made a bit of a hash of the last go at it. Chance to redeem themselves. Like Stubbsy said, you know, he got a great start in that, but you're gonna have to do it all over again. So we will have to wait a minute still, because as we're in a new lobby, all drivers have to reset all of their setups, which will be a bonus at the same time. Peak it, you know, from the qualifying, maybe a bit more of a race pace setup. Just a reminder, all of the top 10, of course, will need to start on the same compound of tyre in which that they qualified on. This will be an advantage now to the soft runners, because they will get a brand new set to start the Grand Prix on those. So expect them to go a bit deeper and have a bit more manoeuvrability in terms of strategy. So here we go again. And this is take 2 for the opening round of the season. And like we said, we're just going to wait a quick second for everyone to load their setups, get their fuel loads, make sure they're on the right tyres. The top 10, that is the rule. Start on the same tyre you set your fastest lap on in Q2, or as we had the short qualifying session, in that short session we had. So the game is still a bit young, so we do sometimes have a few issues with so many people in the lobby, and it's such a breakneck speed kind of game as well. But yeah, good conditions. It looks like track temp will be a bit more up than it was in the last session. Whether that will help or hinder, we shall see. Welcome along to the stream. If you're just joining us, this is the Republic of Motorsport. This is round 1. This is Albert Park. And yes, this is the season opener. So who you got your money on for the W? Has it changed from the last session? Do let me know. Just wait for, there we go, we've got the green lights. We've got T-minus 20 seconds until we get going once again. So make sure you're subscribed, or should we say followed the channel HSA_F1, pretty please, and also the Republic of Motorsport official Twitch accounts. If you're looking for daily content, do get over to also ABR, as we're going to get ready for the formation lap once again. We do need to get these tyres back up to temperature, and as we can see, the top 10 will have to restart on the same compound as before, so they're all going to be on the soft compound. Of course, if they had a free tyre choice, that might be a different thing altogether. They might look for a medium, etc. Just to make sure everyone is It appears so. We've got ZZ just outside the top 10, and he is going to start on that medium compound, as well as RSF1 Shaney. Also got Celtic Speed and K-Mag at the back of the order, and they're going to be starting on that medium compound, looking to go deep into the Grand Prix. Like we say, with a fresh soft on the car now, really that opens up the strategy nicely. You've got to be less concerned about the tyre deck going into the end of this first stint. So yeah, as you can see, the windows move by a lap. Also looks like the pit stop strategy window will be between lap 10 and 12. The quickest to go from soft onto the hard tyre. Don't be too surprised if you see some of them go soft to medium potentially. You know, if you can squeeze 11 laps maybe out of that soft compound, you're definitely going to get 18 laps on that medium compound of tyre. The driver's preference, of course, or you could go soft, really maximise that soft early on, but you're going to have to get into the pits before everyone else, hopefully come out into some free air, some clean air shall I say, and yeah, be able to get the turn the wick up. Of course, Mr. Safety Car, I'm sure we'll see him, and he's got a spin up. I think we're just lighting up the rear end a bit too much there. And some burnouts. Hopefully not too much grass on the tyres. As we take shape for the grid for the opening round of the Republic of Motorsport, also known as ROM. Make sure you hit up them also on the Twitch, as well as give us a follow as we get ready for the opening round, the Australian Grand Prix here at Albert Park. Stubbsy starting on pole position, Rooney up alongside him as the lights come on to start us off. 5 red lights, and away we go for the start of the Australian Grand Prix. It looks like Stubbsy's got a pretty decent start, as well as Rooney off the line as they head down in towards turn 1. Stubbsy's got the lead, Rooney's going to slot in P2. Then we're going to have a pinch point at the back here. Everyone needs to come through cleanly. Some ghosting going on. Looks like minimal contact made as everyone comes through. It appears so. Let's watch this battle into this heavy braking zone. You want to be on the inside here if you're on the outside. You're going to have to carry some good speed through there. And as you can see here, lucky that no one got pinched there. Coming through fairly clean. We've got blue flags on track. No one's sort of glitched. They've got to sort out on the opening lap of the Grand Prix. It looks like James. The leaderboard's going a bit fuzzy. So we've got some nice battles brewing here early on in the Grand Prix. We've got Dunsworth really pushing hard to catch up to Stato here. He's going to make a move. This high-speed section. Track limits are going to be very key here. As you can see, the Ferrari is a bit too happy on the curb, and you can see the Renault dives down the inside there, gets the line. Ferrari looked to squeeze him, makes the position, and we've got Ludlow here making the move on Ioaks, and a good move at that. Good racing observed early on here in the Grand Prix. We've got Shrimper. He's not shrimping at the bit. He looks like he's pushing hard. Stubbsy's pulled out 1 second at the front of the order, and Rooney's got Weston's keeping him company, as well as Lorne in the battle for the podium. As we're on lap 2 now of the Grand Prix, let's catch up a bit further on. Looks like they're fairly spaced out. Just a reminder, pit stop window opening around lap 9 of this Grand Prix. Looks like we have some nice battles here in the midfield. Fairly difficult to overtake through sector 2. Just have to try and bide your time, line it up, and save a bit of battery for the right time. You can see Ioaks really wants to get a move on early on. Ludlow's going to have to keep it clean here. So he takes the racing line nicely there. Don't want to take too much of that outside curve, because you get a hint of grass and your race is going to be over that inside barrier. Just going to draw you in. Oh, and the Alpha runs wide. And that just opened the door for Ioaks, and he says thank you very much, and he takes back position 5. And as you can see, the Alpha struggling on power here. We're going to have the McLaren, and we've also got James here. McLaren's got the inside line into one. A bit of contact there. It's cost them both time off the apex, and that's released Ludlow once again. And yeah, we're going to go wheel to wheel here. McLaren's got the inside line. We've breathed one very wide here. It's like kiss of wheels. Ludlow looks to be suffering, but the Shrimpers already catching him back up at this point. So yeah, looks like we've got a real battle here from P7 all the way down to P12 at the minute. It's a good scrap. So K-Mag, Celtic Speed, you just need to stay with this pack at the minute. Of course, they're on the softer tyre, the cars ahead of them. And K-Mag and Celtic Speed will be looking good later on in the Grand Prix. Hopefully they can take that medium tyre and then switch over to the soft compound maybe towards the end of the Grand Prix. They'll be really rocketing up the field then. Let's have a look at the movers and the shakers. So quite a lot of drivers have held position. Mokes is up 1, Ludlow's down 1. Also got K-Mag up 5 off his grid slot. Aki's up 2. We're going to have a change of position, it looks like here. Got a nice run from the McLaren, who's going to get squeezed down into turn 1 by the Alfa Romeo, but it looks like the McLaren's got the move done. Stato picks up a penalty. And all around, we've got a car around into the barrier. It's the Alfa Romeo. He's lost his front wheel. I still think he's going to be able to carry on. And huge frustration there for the Alfa Romeo driver. Like we say, it catches out the best of us. And here we've got K-Mag on the charge. Didn't have the best day at the office around Silverstone. Had that huge shunt on the final corner, of course. Involving Albon, which is having a really difficult start to life. The yellow flags seem to have cleared. Can't take my eyes away from this battle. P7, still down to P12 at the minute. White Oaks picks up the 3 second as well as Weston's. Oh, and we've got a car around. Weston's is around. He almost collects the Williams. And no, disaster for the Alpha Tauri driver. He's going to have to be careful not to collect cars behind him. Because he got damage. He's lost the front left of the wing. Really struggling. He's going to have to box now, get a fresh wing, get back out there again. So that's changed up the order now, boys. Really changed up the order. As we see Stubbsy leading the Grand Prix. He's got a 1.5 second gap to Rooney just behind him, so he's got that DRS buffer. And then we've got Lorne in P3 now, so it's a Merc 2-3 as it stands. White Oaks is up into 4th position, which he was just gifted. And we're going to have the AlphaTauri coming out to the pits in just a moment. Let's catch back up for the battle for P7. K-Mag really on the charge. So at 5:29, what did you make of the opening stint to the Grand Prix, boys? Looks like this is the battle to watch at the minute. K-Mag's creeping up. We've also got a battle at the back, it looks like, between Yanni Jans and Aki, but the McLaren's going to go down the inside of the Renault. Oh, the Renault gets a bit happy on the exit. Bit of contact there, and it's going to be a double team situation. The other Renault's now up the inside. It's going to be on the outside of the final corner. McLaren should get the run. Celtic Speed is looking like their medium tyres starting to come into their own. It looks like the car's got that tyre on. Looks like they're starting to step up the pace. You see Dunsworth here starting to struggle. He's on that softer compound. K-Mag looks a lot more confident, as well as the sister Renault of Celtic Speed. Looks like K-Mag's going to come under attack now, and we've got Celtic Speed. He's got the run, he's got the inside line, and he's got the position done. A very nice move there from Celtic Speed. Oh, he gets a wobble on traction. Oh, that almost opened the door for K-Mag to get it done very well to hold that together there. And just further up the order, looking here, looks like Shrimper is closing the gap to Ioaks now. Let's check in on this battle here. Both on the soft compound of tyre. So the highest medium runner is currently in position 8. It's Celtic Speed, and he's also got K-Mag just behind him on the mediums. So heading into lap 7 of the Grand Prix. Car in the pits. There's overtaken Curran. Getting a bit excited there. Looks like this one's about to heat up. Shrimper is doing a good job of closing in on the back of that Williams car up ahead of him, of Ioaks. Ioaks is going to start to feel the heat. So you've got to be smart now, Ioaks. You've got to use your ERS in the right places, because if you use it in the right places around here, you can pretty much defend for almost the whole Grand Prix, you know, on a similar tyre. Again, track limits will play their part towards the end of the Grand Prix. A number of drivers have picked up early time penalties, and that will come to cost them later on in the Grand Prix. As we can see, James is now joining the party as well, and he's closing in. He's within that DRS window. Before long, we're going to have a bit of a DRS training for him by the looks of things. Celtic Speed running 2.5 seconds off the back of James. But it looks like he's closing in ever more. So Shrimper needs to get this move done ASAP. K-Mag with a 3-second penalty. So lap 8 of the Grand Prix. Stubbsy's doing a very good job out front. We'll give him some camera time in a minute. But he's now got a 1.8 second lead over Rooney, who's kept him fairly honest throughout this opening part of the Grand Prix. Stubbsy looked untouchable in terms of qualifying pace, but Rooney seems to be there or thereabouts when it comes to the racetrack. Here we go. All it's going to take is one little wobble from Ioaks, and Shrimper's there to pounce. Any hesitation from Shrimper, James is there to pounce, and we've got a DNF. The car out. Oh yes. Used a bit of curb, he's got a wobble on, and he's gone into the barrier, so safety car is deployed. It's pretty much the ideal time for the leaders. As you can see, Stubbsy is approaching the pit entry. And yes, into the pits comes Stubbsy and Stato with a drive-through penalty, not adhering to the delta time, and that's really going to cost him. So expect to see everyone on the softs dive into the pits. This is not good for the medium runners. It's not the end of the world. It'll be interesting what tyres everyone jumps onto now, and as you can see, so many cars coming down pit lane. It's really going to cost Lawn here. Going to get majorly held up, and anyone going to jump him? Looks like he's just about got away with that one. Of course, good double stack there for the Mercedes team. Always impressive to see. It can catch you out sometimes. You can get stuck in your box if someone does it ahead of you. And Stato, drive through penalty, speeding under safety car. Is that another one? I think it's another one. DJ Khaled. So welcome along to the stream if you're just joining us. This is the Republic of Motorsport. This is the opening Grand Prix of the season around Australia. And yeah, we've had an early safety car. We've lost ZZ, as I call him. Currently showing on P16 there, of course. But yeah, safety car will be out for the next lap or so. We've got still got 2 cars in pit lane. Still got a car in sector 3 as it stands. So yeah, just be patient here. It's going to be extra slippery off the restart. And interesting here. Shrimper stops. Yes, so everyone has made a pit stop. How's it shaped out for everyone? Celtic Speed up 10. He's up 10 off his grid slot. What a way to go. And Shrimper up 3. AMAG up 8 positions. The big losers are Westerns with that incident, but it's given him some form of lifeline now. He's dropped 9 spots. Ludlow down 9. And the top 2 holding station from their grid slots. As we, the safety car will lead us around for one more lap. So please keep your gaps under safety car, boys. We don't want to see any wing damage, any severe collisions. We know the game loves to look after us when it comes to penalties, so don't give it a reason, in other words. Ludlow forgot about the car settings at the restart, so maybe he's on the default setup. Not the worst setup in the world to have around Albert Park. You want a good balanced car. And 6.6 wings would it be? Yeah, it's probably not going to cost you too much. So we're going to get racing hopefully on lap 11. And Celtic Speed has got given a 5-second penalty in collision with James. It'll be the slightest of contacts that will give you a penalty for. Here we go. Stubbsy has taken control of the pack and he's going to become the safety car now. The safety car just let it go up the road slightly so he can get a nice slingshot off this restart hopefully. It's currently Stubbsy leading, Rooney second, Lawn in third. Then we've got Shrimper, Celtic Speed, James, Oaks, K-Mag, Dunsworth, Yanni Yans, Aki, Weston, Stato, Ludlow and Cheney rounding out the field as Stubbsy has gone. Oh, and he's drifted round the last corner, showing off to the fans. Off the restart here. Looks like Lord is going to come under attack. Shrimper's going to send it, is he? Down into T1, and he flies up the inside, and he's got the position done. Shrimper up into position 3 on their medium compound, getting them up to speed a lot quicker. And here comes Celtic Speed as well. He's going to have to go the long way around the outside, not the place you want to be. Going to tuck back in, and we've got contact further back in the field. It looks like we've got a car. It's gone around, has it? Who is that involved? Maybe one of the Williams. Disappointing to see there. Off the restart, it's really going to cost. It's maybe Ludlow, not quite sure what happened there. Just caught a glimpse of it in the background, but yeah, Stubbsy has already pulled out a 1.5 second lead over Rooney on the restart. And yeah, a great restart there for the race leader. Certainly getting his money's worth out of him today. With that first session, which went a bit mad, we had a full course yellow, which just neutralised the race. Let's have a look down the field, because we've got some battles going on here, and it's Dunsworth battling with K-Mag now. We've got a nice train forming here from 7th all the way down to position 14. These are all for points, boys. We rocket down towards turn 1. Looks like James is closing in on the car ahead of him as well. Are we going to see any movers and shakers? Looks like they're fairly spaced out. Lead almost up to 2 seconds, so it looks like Stubbsy is a bit more confident even after that last corner drift on the restart. Aki's just picked up 3 seconds there. That would be for exceeding track limits on multiple occasions. 3 strike rule. On the 3rd strike you will get a time penalty of sorts. You can get a double cut as well if you really cut the corner. You're penalised. You're up to 10 seconds, and now I think that was Aki as well. You can see the end plate flying off there. Have damage. He's really going to be suffering for this high speed now. Just the car ahead of us. Looks like it could be the Haas and Yanni Jans with the damage. And as you can see in the background, got the Williams going through past Aki. Moves him up into position 11. Let's catch up with this other battle as well. I don't think this is over. Here comes K-Mac, pushing hard. Really seems to have got on top of them tyres now. Gap's stabilised. Now the 2 second mark. Battle here between the Haas, the AlphaTauri, the Williams. Picks up a 3 second penalty. It's not the place you want to be going wheel to wheel around here. I would say through sector 2. Trimper is making excellent pace. He's of course on them medium tyres, and he needs to take advantage as soon as possible on them. And he's within DRS shooting range now of Rooney. Go for these high speed corners. Be careful not to clip too much. Have we got a car? He's wobbled, he's around. He's lost the front wing. I think he'll continue. That's Aki into the barrier. We've got a safety car deployed. Maybe due to the debris on track. Leaders just came around the final corner, that came out, and we will see a few cars come into the pits, and I expect to see them opt for the medium compound of tyre now and go to the end of the Grand Prix. I'm going to try and play around with the strategy and make it work. So we've got Yanni Jans, we've got Weston, we've got Dunsworth, Aki as well. We'll bring him back into the race fortunately, get a fresh nose change, back out there once again. Interesting that some people have gone for the soft tyre. Dunsworth, Yanni Jans, as well as Stato, all think they can take the soft to the end of the Grand Prix. We'll probably get racing again. What, lap 16 will probably start again. So it's not impossible, but they're going to start to hurt, that's for sure. Of course, there won't be a scrub set because we did restart the session, so there will be a brand new set of soft tyres. So maybe this will be a stroke of genius, but you're really going to have to use them to their advantage in the first 5 to 8 laps, whilst they're really in the prime position. There will be it switched on a lot better on the restart as well. So your current order as it stands: Stubbsy, as ever, in position 1, Rooney in position 2, and we've got Shrimper up to 3rd. And this is probably going to play into the hands of Shrimper a bit, because he would have struggled with tyre management towards the end of his stints, and having these few laps under safety car, they're going to definitely help him. It's also closed in the gap to Rooney ahead of him and Stubbsy, so expect to see him pretty quick off the restart, Shrimper. He will still struggle, I believe, towards the final few laps of the Grand Prix, but yeah, not the worst thing to happen to Shrimper today. Dunsworth, 3-second penalty under safety car. Again, sometimes when you take the eye off the ball, you drive that bit slower, you do cut a corner, don't take the same line as when you're travelling in scenario 7, and it's just caught him out there. So we're just on the halfway point. We're going to pretty much, well, hopefully we're going to have a sprint to the finish. It looks like Stubbsy, Rooney, everyone on the hard compound. We're just going to have to stick to the plan now. Unless there is one final safety car later on in the Grand Prix, they all look to the soft tyre, depending on track position, etc. As we've seen, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to overtake, as Murray would tell us. Hopefully we get the message from race control that the safety car will be coming in this lap. We've only got one car which is out of sequence, and that looks like it's Stato. He's currently still in sector 1. If he's lucky, he should catch the train, because he can go flat out pretty much now. Catch the queue. The lights are still on the safety car. So it looks like the safety car will stay out yet another lap, so we won't kick off racing again until lap 17, unless the safety car quickly pulls into the pits, which he's not going to do. So this is really difficult. If you're on the hard compound right now, you really need to keep an eye on your tyre temps. Really do, because it's so easy for them to just turn off. They're hard enough as they are to like generate any grip, but when they're cold, it's just like dancing on ice. So yeah, hopefully we'll get back up to racing speed on the next lap, because it looks like Stato is going to join the field. It'll just take a second. Go. So we get race control with some good news this lap. Stubbs is going to be eager to get back up to racing speed ASAP, because yeah, like we said earlier, this is just definitely going to aid the likes of Shaney, someone who's on a used medium compound at this point. And yeah, we've got the message from race control nice and early now actually, that safety car in this lap, so Stubbsy will be the pace setter. Yeah, we hope to have the numbers on the car fixed very soon. As you can see, we've got the number 11 of Checo Perez being represented by Stubbsy for this one, but hopefully we'll have all of the driver numbers hopefully by the next Grand Prix next weekend. We've got a lovely aerial shot here of the leader, just backing up the pack ever so slightly. He will dictate once we get up to racing speed, and as you can see, really bunching up now as we approach the final few corners. When's he going to get on the loud pedal? It looks like he's gone. And yes, he has gone. He's absolutely flown away. Already 1.3 second advantage as he crosses the line. It's 1.5 seconds. And here comes Shrimper, looking to make a move early on. They send it down into turn 1. Who else going to make a move? It looks like the Red Bull and the McLaren got very, very close in there. Like Shaney's going to send it up the inside. It's going to brake nice and late. He's on the medium tyres, remember. Be a bit more confident early on the restart. But he has a moment of his own. Weston's is breathing down his neck now. course, any safety cars late on in the Grand Prix are really going to penalise anyone who does have a time penalty and maybe is, you know, out front. Just going to back up the pack. Here comes Weston's down into the braking zone. He's got the outside here. He has the inside for the next corner, but he gets no. Door closes. That's cost Weston's a run. He's got his teammate now coming as well. Weston's got a good run. Won't be too close going into here. 30 here is really going to push you wide. Oh, you see the Williams moving about there on the exit. Dunsworth having a look, wants to have a bite at this one. Just brought everyone back into the Grand Prix now. A nice little battle here for P4 it looks like. Trimper will fade like we say in the closing stages of this Grand Prix. The hard tyre will start to come towards us. Oh yeah, and interesting, I've got no one on the soft tyre now. 3 second there for Weston's. Cheney has retired. Cheney has retired. What has happened? See if we can catch it here. Oh dear, it's the barrier. Cheney is out. Now my safety car. So definitely you can put on the soft tyre now, but it's going to cost you a massive track position because the field is not too spread out at this point. So do you gamble? Do you stick or do you twist? This is where the strategy men really earn their keep. Right now, if I was the leader, you're going to stick probably. You're in the lead of the Grand Prix. The tyres are still good to the end. He's going to save them as well. Hit now, not too many others do. Going to be right down in P13. You have a lot of work to do. You're going to put yourself in the firing line, in the danger zone. So let's see what they do. Yes, into the pits comes Stubbsy. He wants to do it the hard way, boys. Bruni has reacted. Shrimper, yeah, good move for Shrimper, and Celtic Speed is going to come around and he's going to take the lead of the Grand Prix. So we've got the sister Merc taking the lead of the Grand Prix now, and Celtic Speed was ghosting of some sort there, and we've Celtic Speed now down in 8th. Not sure if that was a glitch there, must have lagged, something must have gone on there, but yeah. This is going to be an interesting end to the Grand Prix, chaps. Very, very interesting. Here, the top 3 are on used hard tyres. 10 laps old. And P4 down to P7. They are on used mediums. Around 5 to 4 laps old at the present time. Celtic Speed, currently in 8th, it's showing now as. He's on that used hard tyre of 10 laps old. Then we've got Ludlow on the used mediums. He's ghosting, I don't think he's with us. We might have a bot in replacing him now. But yeah, we've got Stubbsy, Bruni, Shrimper, Stato. They've all gone for the soft compound of tyre. And that's going to be super quick. Right, again, they're going to have to put themselves in that firing line. They're going to have to commit to overtakes if they're going to want to win this one. Hopefully we get a message. Safety car can come in because the field is bunched up, but I think it will just do its mandatory whole lap. Probably dive in at the end of lap 20. So what a turnaround of events. We knew the safety car would play its parts, but damn. It's definitely going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons for the final stint now. It's going to be a sprint to the flag. Yeah, from that hard tyre, you're really going to struggle to get the tyre up to temperature. You're going to be slipping and sliding on the restart. You're going to have to be super careful. On the mediums, not so much, but on the softs, I'm sure they're going to push like crazy. Scenario 7, Stubbsy, Rooney, Shrimper and Stato for the final part of this Grand Prix. Malone, James, K-Mag, we just want a smooth operation now. So Lorne, he's on his final strike and he'll get a penalty. He's got 2 warnings. We had a double hit for James. He's gone 2 warnings but no penalties. K-Mag on the other hand is on 2 penalties. Westerns, he's also got 2 penalties, so this is going to be crucial come the end of the Grand Prix. Aki, he's on his 3rd penalty. Dunsworth has 2. Yanni Jans, he may have served that 5-second penalty, but he has 2 3 seconds worth of penalties. As well as Celtic Speed, he did get a 5-second, but he may have served it in pit lane. Not quite sure, but yeah, 5-second for him. Stubbsy is on 1 warning. Ludlow is on 2 warnings. Rooney is squeaky clean. Shrimper has a penalty. Stato has a penalty, 3 penalties on lap 8. Wow. Very close to being disqualified there. Shaney, he's got a couple of pens, but yeah. Lorne can win this. He needs to keep it smooth, keep it clean. He needs a good restart now. Here we go, end of lap 20. We're going to start racing again on lap 21. And here we go. The leader has kicked us off and James has stayed in close proximity. But K-Mag is absolutely sleeping and there's already a 1.3 second gap. He's going to have a look down the order here, down into T1. Going to be some super quick boys here. And Stubbsy has moved already up into position 8. Oh, and this flying down the inside so much later on the brakes on them brand new super sticky rim tyres. That's P7 already for Stubbsy. He's already done half of the hard work. Right up the gearbox. Aki just up ahead of him. It's going to be overtake City. Send it City. On the final few laps, we're on lap 21 of 29. Everyone's going to go to the end of the Grand Prix now. And here comes Stubbsy round the outside. He's got the traction, he's got the drive, he's got the walk speed, and he gets the move done into this high speed. Left, right, and look in the background. 2 cars going wheel to wheel there. Rooney up into position 9. Got a Shrimper on Yanni Jans as well. Looks like Yanni Jans got caught up in that wheel-to-wheel contact back there. Sato with another 3-second penalty. As we go with the helicopter shot here, we've got Rooney sizing up Celtic Speed. Again, these boys need to make these positions ASAP. And Stubbsy, yeah, really needs to get past Aki. Should get it done here, down this next straightaway, down into this heavy braking zone. He can brake so much later on them softer tyres, but we've got a bit of moving under braking there from the Alpha. That was a bit naughty. Stubbsy now has the inside line. The Alpha should really pull out of it there. He tries to keep it in it, and Stubbsy's doing well not to end up in the barrier at this point. The Alpha Tauri is going to fight him all of the way, but yeah, Stubbsy has got the position done. Now we've got 2 seconds up to the car ahead of us, and now it looks like the Alpha Tauri is going to come back at us. He's got the oh, it's the Renault there. Under attack from Dunsworth. Got some good battles down the field here. Warren's still leading this one. James is still within DRS range. K-Mag as well. And there's a bit of a break here. Oh, we got the AlphaTauri running wide. It's going to allow the Merc up the inside. Also the Renault's going to get a run. And we've got Renault on McLaren in the background. Renault done well not to lose it there. So easy. Slightest of contacts and you'll spin me round, baby, right round. It's going to be a tense end to the Grand Prix, I can already feel it. And the McLaren is not hanging around. Here he goes before the start finish. going to get the position done, and Trimper moves up into position 8 now. Stubbsy is absolutely flying at this point. The gap was 2 seconds, taking almost over a second a lap out of the car ahead of him, and he's really putting himself in the fight for the win once again. He loves doing it the hard way. Tell that Lorne, the leader, 3-second penalty just flashed up there. Again, Stubbsy keeping clean. There are no time penalties here, sir. You can still get on for the win. Scrapping for position, actually so careful not to trip over someone else's accident if it happens in front of you as well. Dirty air. Stubbsy's got that grip. He's got the run, has he? Very hard with the ERS training you to really pick when to use your ERS to maximum effect. As you can see, James currently in P2, just slipping back from the leader now. He's got a 1.5 second lead. Stubbsy's up the inside. Oh, it's done very well to hold it there. A bit rude of Westerns, but we both lived to fight another day. And now Rooney set the fastest lap at 23.4. On lap 23 that was, and here we go. We're going to have some battles up ahead of us. And we've got the two title protagonists nose to tail on track, and look at this battle we've got up ahead of us. I wouldn't want to be one of these boys right now. As you can see, K-Mag squirming to traction here. Stubbsy's got it. K-Mag's up on the grass. Rooney's going to send it as well. Stubbsy's through, up into position 4. This is crucial now. K-Mag here really suffering on them hard compound. He's dropping off the face of the earth. And Weston's doing a good job to start to squeeze James at this point. Lorne out in the lead, has a 2-second lead. Remember, he has a 3-second penalty though, so that will come into play. Yeah, Stubbsy really needs to clear Westerns as soon as he can, but he's got his own battle here. This is not what he wants. It's to be battling with Rooney. It's going to be costing him lap time, and they're going wheel to wheel there. Got enough room for 2 cars, and Rooney does well. Hold it together. Final corner, Racing Point getting super close. He needs to be, even when he is. You can see that the car ahead's using his ERS. So difficult there. Now for Tari, very slow on the apex. Gonna have to do it under brakes by the look of it. Here we go. He's gonna have the ideal line now. Up the inside. He's gonna have the traction on the apex. Westerns are just going to have to slip out of it, and Rooney wants to do this as soon as possible as well. He needs to stay with Stubbsy, and he does. He gets the position done. That's Rooney up into P4. Great move there for both of the title favourites for this season. And here we go. James is already under attack. Stubbsy has a look. It's going to compromise him on exit. Westerns has a moment in the background. He gets a half spin. Holds it together. Now Rooney's got the inside line. They both want to dive up the inside. Stubbsy's not giving this one up. Rooney thinks better of it. Great wheel-to-wheel action, boys. Stubbsy now crucial. 3-second time penalty for Stubbsy. Not what you want to see. Yanni Jans picks up one as well, and Rooney's going to fly on through. He's going to take the position. Runs a bit wide though. It's going to cost him under traction, and Stubbsy looks up the inside. And again they go wheel-to-wheel. Stubbsy gets the swapper on. Has to take avoiding action there. Playing into the hands of Lorne, who's got now 3.5 second advantage over James, who's having to defend for his life. And here comes the Merc up the inside into T1. And through goes Rooney into position 2. And now look, in the background we've got the McLaren and the AlphaTauri Shrimper up into P5. Yellow flag, sector 1. Looks like K-Mag. Don't take your eyes off anything, boys. Here comes Stubbsy. He's getting held up badly now. He needs to get past. James just doesn't have the pace. Here he goes. He's going to have a under braking surely. You can see how much later he brakes. A bit of a squeeze there on the apex. Not intentional, I'm sure of that, but Rooney's already checked out 1 second. Stubbsy is going to be out of the DRS now. Rooney's starting to close the gap to the leader and expect that to dwindle on down. Rooney, 3-second penalty. The race is back on, boys. The race is back on. Let's just check in with the penalties as we speak for the final few laps. So Lorne has a penalty. 1 penalty. Rooney has got 1 penalty. He's close to a second already, I think. Stubbsy with a penalty. James without a penalty. Yeah, Stubbsy needs to check out from James if he wants to salvage something from this race, but he's already clawed in Rooney. He's done a great job of that. Let's have a look back through the order, because Celtic Speed is going to send one up the inside. First class delivery. And is he going to make it stick? Yes, he does. Celtic Speed up into position 7, just squeezing ahead of Aki there. And K-Mag has retired from the session. Hopefully that's in pit lane. It appears to be so he shouldn't get any safety car. Of course, I don't think it'll come out this late anyway. And Dunsworth with a 3-second time penalty is just flashed up on the screen. It's about who's going to blink first now. Charge for the final push as well. We're all very low on the battery side. Of course, went across the line with 0 battery pretty much. Here we go. We've literally got the top 3 in shots. Stubbsy sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. That's a signal of intent right there, right now. He does a 23 and he's all over the back of Rooney. It's literally who's going to be, they're almost within DRS territory. They don't need to battle. If they either one of them want to win this Grand Prix, they need to close the gap to Lorne. Of course, Rooney wants his teammate to win, ideally if he's not going to. But they've all got penalties, so this is going to be decided on track. And we're on the penultimate lap and the top 3 are all in the DRS of each other now. And Lorne is definitely going to be looking vulnerable. He's on them 19 lap old hard tyres out front. And he's not going to have much to defend with. He's going to have to be silky smooth. Stubbsy's had a bit of a moment. Stubbsy has dropped back a lot. He's dropped out of the DRS. And I think we're going to have a change of position. That may have been orchestrated because Rooney slips up the inside into position 1 now for Rooney, and his teammate won't be so obliging when it comes to the pink Mercedes, which is on his gearbox now. Switch into that, I'm not quite sure, as we come through to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. Rooney crosses the line to start it in position 1. That's where you want to be on the last lap of the Grand Prix, boys. Doesn't matter about any other lap. Just when the points are dished out, and here comes Stubbsy. He's got the inside line, he's going to send it. He's got it done. And crucially, he's within 1 second of the leader. This is going to be decided on track. Has Stubbsy got enough to push? Now Stubbsy, scenario 7, this final lap of the Grand Prix. Rooney as well, going to have to defend for your life, and Lorne is already dropping back from the fight. But he should be good. It looks good for Lorne for a P3 here. Losing my voice already. Here we go. Through the high-speed section for the final time. And here comes Stubbsy. He is all over the back of Rooney. It's going to be a special move if he's going to get it done. Stubbsy doing so well here, right in the dirty air. He's going to have to send it. Slight contact into the final corner there. And they're going to come around the line. And Stubbsy's going to cross the line, P1. So that will be reviewed. Rooney P2, Lorne P3. What an end to the Grand Prix. James is going to come home 4th. Penalty free, I think. Shrimper is P5 Westerns, P6 Celtic Speed, P7 Dunsworth in position 8th. And we're going to have Stato. Well done for sticking in there, mates. He's going to come home P9. Yanni Hans also had a difficult day at the office. Looks like he's going to get that solidarity points there. And that is your lot, boys and girls. That's been the opening round of the Republic of Motorsport. I need to take a break now because damn safety cars. Driver of the day goes to Celtic Speed. A good day at the office for the Renault driver, starting way down the order. And he was up and down the order like a yo-yo throughout the Grand Prix and done well to get some decent points on the board come the end of the Grand Prix. Thank you all for watching along. This has been a HSA broadcast on behalf of the Republic of Motorsport. This has been their opening Grand Prix of the season. I hope you enjoyed it. Congratulations to our winner Stubbsy. Of course, that penultimate corner incident, I'm sure, will be reviewed by the stewards. Of course, Rooney is the league owner himself, but yeah, we'd be upset if they didn't send it at that point in the Grand Prix. But yeah, Rooney's going to be P2 on track, and his teammate done a valiant job there on them hard compounds. The Mercedes split in the strategy, and Lorne with a solid podium. That was very sweaty, says Stubbsy. And yes, it was just as sweaty to watch, my friend. And Stubbsy also brings home the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, a 23.2. Stubbsy wins it on track, and we've got Rooney in P2, Lorne in P3, then it was James Shrimper, Westerns, Celtic Speed, Dunsworth, Stato, Yanni Jans with the final points, and then we had Ludlow finishing P11. Unfortunate DNF, I think, we had Aki, K-Mag, Shaney, I-Oaks, and the ZZ that we lost from the Grand Prix. But yeah, thoroughly entertaining race. I hope you all enjoyed it. See if we get a couple of driver interviews potentially. Stubbsy, please include your audio, sir. It's still live and direct.
I don't know if Rooney's still on or not, because I joined their party that he's usually in, and he just, when the race finished, he just went.
Yeah, I think they maybe got a bit angry about the last corner incident, but yeah. Talk us through the race. That was a very frustrating one, of course, with the restart there, Stubbsy. You've done well to compose yourself. Talk me through the strat, going on to them soft tyres. What was the thinking? How was the Grand Prix?
Well, I was surprised I got pole. My lap was very scruffy. Then in the race, I'd have that gap and I'd just be comfortable, just cruising with that gap. I'd be happy, comfortable, had no warnings at the time. And then the safety car would come, I'd go to another gap, and it happened again. And then that one time I thought, you know, I might as well go for a gamble on softs, because I thought that a few people were going to pit. But that weren't the case. And then I was so much quicker than everyone else when I had the sort of, like me and Rooney were on the softs, and we had so much more pace than everyone else. And it was a struggle to get past, because it's not as easy as you think it is to get on past each other. Australia then got a bit scruffy the last couple of laps, and Rooney's behind me. We were trying to get past Jeff and James. And then on the last lap, coming to the penultimate corner, he locked up, and I tried to go up the inside, so I knew he was going to go deep. And as I'm trying to move to the left, I hit him at the rear, pushed him a bit further wide, and nothing I could really do about it. I didn't really expect to lock up, but then I took the win, so hopefully I can keep the win.
Yeah, a true racer there. There was a gap, you sent it, and yeah, I'm sure it will be discussed after the Grand Prix. Who else have we got in here, boys? Great race though, Stubbsy. You really had to push very hard after them restarts, and you've done pretty well. So who else we got in there? Remember to include your audio, boys. Be good to hear from you.
Yep. Yeah.
Here's the man himself, Mr. Rooney, has just joined. Hello, sir. Good evening. So, if you want to talk us through your Grand Prix, Rooney, and then my final laps, of course. Yeah, we caught it in the stream, so you can definitely play it back. But you've done very well, Rooney. Great pace throughout, and yeah, you really made Stubbsy sweat towards that final stage using cruise control. But you definitely had a great fight. It was a great show as well. So congratulations to yourself. Any other driver comments before we end the stream, boys?
No, just to thank everybody who turned up. We didn't get the numbers we were expecting. We were hoping for a full grid, but as we're starting so early in the season, just don't have time to race at the moment. But we do appreciate everybody who did turn up. Hopefully gave a good race.
Yeah, it was a good spectacle. Thoroughly enjoyable to watch you boys as always. You've got good clean races on the grid, some excellent pace. Yeah, and it was a very good show for the stream. So yeah, thanks for watching. This has been the Republic of Motorsport. This has been round 1, the Australian Grand Prix. Join us same time, same place next week for more action, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.